Summary of Get Out of Your Own Way by Mark Goulston and Philip Goldberg. Get Out of Your Own Way. Overcoming Self-Defeating Behavior is a self-help book by Mark Goulston, a psychiatrist, and Philip Goldberg, a writer and spiritual counselor. The book provides practical strategies for identifying and overcoming self-defeating behaviors that hinder personal and professional growth. The authors argue that many of the obstacles preventing people from achieving happiness and success are self-imposed and rooted in subconscious patterns developed over time. By recognizing and addressing these negative behaviors, individuals can lead more fulfilling lives. Identifying self-defeating behaviors. The book begins by outlining the concept of self-defeating behavior, SDB, which is any pattern of thought or action that undermines one's own best interests. Goulston and Goldberg categorize these behaviors into several common patterns, such as procrastination, fear of failure, perfectionism, people-pleasing, avoidance, self-doubt, and unhealthy relationships. They emphasize that these behaviors are often deeply ingrained and stem from childhood experiences, societal conditioning, or past traumas. The authors highlight that most people are unaware of how they sabotage themselves. They provide real-life examples and case studies from Goulston's psychiatric practice to illustrate how SDBs manifest in daily life. By bringing awareness to these behaviors, individuals can begin the process of change. Understanding the root causes. A key component of the book is its exploration of the psychological roots of self-defeating behavior. The authors explain that many SDBs originate from unconscious beliefs formed in childhood, often reinforced by caregivers, teachers, and peers. These beliefs can include notions such as, "I am not good enough," "I must always please others," or "failure is unacceptable." Over time, these beliefs create limiting mindsets that prevent individuals from reaching their full potential. Goulston and Goldberg discuss the role of the brain's wiring in reinforcing these behaviors. They explain that the amygdala, the part of the brain responsible for the fight or flight response, often triggers self-defeating reactions when faced with perceived threats. These threats do not have to be physical, they can be emotional, such as the fear of rejection or failure. By understanding the brain's role in self-sabotage, individuals can begin to rewire their thought patterns. Strategies for overcoming self-defeating behavior. The core of the book is dedicated to practical strategies for overcoming SDBs. Goulston and Goldberg provide step-by-step guidance on how to recognize and change destructive behaviors. Some key strategies include: 1. Awareness and identification. The first step in overcoming SDBs is becoming aware of them. The authors suggest keeping a journal to track negative behaviors and identifying the thoughts and emotions that accompany them. Self-reflection helps individuals pinpoint patterns and triggers. 2. Challenging negative beliefs. Once self-defeating behaviors are identified, the next step is challenging the underlying beliefs. The authors encourage readers to ask themselves questions such as, "Is this belief based on facts or assumptions?" and "What evidence contradicts this belief?" By critically examining negative thoughts, individuals can begin to replace them with more constructive beliefs. 3. Reframing perspectives. Cognitive reframing is a technique the authors advocate for shifting one's perspective on situations. Instead of viewing failure as a sign of incompetence, for example, individuals can see it as an opportunity for growth. By changing the way they interpret experiences, people can reduce anxiety and increase resilience. 4. Mindfulness and emotional regulation. Mindfulness practices, such as meditation and deep breathing, help individuals gain control over their emotional responses. The authors emphasize the importance of staying present and not allowing past experiences or future worries to dictate one's actions. Emotional regulation techniques enable people to respond to challenges more rationally rather than impulsively. 5. Behavioral modification. The book provides practical exercises for breaking negative habits and forming positive ones. Techniques such as setting small, achievable goals, rewarding progress, and developing new routines help reinforce positive behaviors. Goulston and Goldberg stress the importance of persistence and self-compassion in this process. 6. Seeking support. The authors acknowledge that overcoming self-defeating behavior is not always easy and encourage readers to seek support from friends, family, mentors, or therapists. Support systems provide accountability and encouragement, making it easier to sustain positive changes. Overcoming specific self-defeating behaviors. Goulston and Goldberg dedicate sections of the book to addressing specific self-defeating behaviors and their remedies. Some of the most common behaviors discussed include procrastination, often rooted in fear of failure or perfectionism. Procrastination can be tackled by breaking tasks into smaller steps and setting deadlines. Fear of failure. The authors emphasize that failure is a natural part of growth and encourage readers to embrace mistakes as learning opportunities. Perfectionism. Setting unrealistic standards can lead to stress and burnout. The book advises readers to adopt a mindset of progress over perfection. People-pleasing. Constantly seeking approval can be exhausting and counterproductive. The authors encourage assertiveness and setting boundaries. Negative self-talk. Internal criticism can erode self-confidence. Goulston and Goldberg advocate for practicing self-compassion and affirmations to counter negative thoughts. Conclusion. Get Out of Your Own Way is a practical and insightful guide for anyone struggling with self-defeating behaviors. By identifying negative patterns, understanding their root causes, and implementing effective strategies, individuals can break free from self-sabotage and achieve their goals. The book's accessible language, real-life examples, and actionable advice make it a valuable resource for personal development. Ultimately, Goulston and Goldberg emphasize that change is possible with self-awareness, persistence, and a willingness to challenge limiting beliefs. If you enjoyed this summary, drop a like. Be sure to subscribe for more leadership and self-help related content in less than 10 minutes. Goulston, Mark, and Philip Goldberg. Get Out of Your Own Way. Overcoming Self-Defeating Behavior. Perigee Books, 1996.